In this video we will look at ways to add an item and adding on how to add a bill of material, and also how to add vendors and customers. So this is pretty straightforward. So in order, we'll start with adding a vendor. So let's just say you have to go to buyers and suppliers, and once you go to buyers and suppliers, you have to click on add buyers and suppliers, add a single company, and whether it's a buyer or a supplier, and you mention the company name and all the details you have to put forward, and make sure you give the person's contact name and email ID. So as soon as we create a PO, a copy of it will be sent on the mail and as well as the WhatsApp. So this is how, by completing this form and submitting, create by clicking on create company, it will create a vendor or a supplier, or it could be both. So whatever is your criteria, you can select like that and complete the creation. Now if you want to do it in bulk, then there is Excel support as well, and and even they have a Tally support as well. Now that's how you add a buyer or a supplier, or vendor or customer. uh, Now on how to add an item. So again, adding an item is pretty straightforward. You can go to inventory and go to item master, and now here you see the option of, one second, go to inventory, and in the item master you click on add single item. So item ID is basically your SKU ID. This has to be unique. And then item name, and you mention whether it's a product or service, whether you buy, sell, or do you do both, what is the unit of measure, what is the category. There are some predefined categories already, or if it's a new category, you can add and mention that. And what is the current stock, what is the default price, like what is the price at which you're buying or selling, and what is the HSN code, what is the tax percentage, what is the minimum stock level to be maintained, maximum stock level to be maintained. Then there's a drawing number, I'm not sure what it is. Serial ID again, no idea. And these are custom fields that I've added. Whatever you see, usability and arts. Usability is one, it's 0 to 1, anywhere between. So if a stock is like partially useful, for example, if you have a dead stock and if you think only 50% of that is usable, you can mention 0.5 here. So that will be considered as 50% usable. And then arts is for finished goods. In our context, one product, how many arts, we can mention it here, so that end of the month you will get a report of these many arts were produced. So, and then save, click on save. That's how you can add an item. And if you want to add custom fields, there is an option to do that here. And again, there is a bulk option as well. So this can be done with Excel. You can upload all the items together as well. So that's how you add an item. Now coming to this one, bill of materials. Again, that is very straightforward. Go to production. There is a bill of material tab here. Create bill of material. You have to mention the bill of material name and number, and make sure to give these data correctly. What is the FG store? Once the product is produced, which store it goes to, and from where do you get the RM, raw materials, and what is the scrap store, where do you send the waste materials to. And then you select the item that you're going to create bill of materials for. For example, if you are creating it for a product demo of finished goods, you mention that, and then keep mentioning what is the raw material required. Let's just say you want to create fabric 6 meters, and you can keep adding the item. You can mention the next raw material required. And routing is basically the number of operations. So if you want to select, let's just say you're doing fabric, you can keep adding what is the operational procedure. And when you click on that, it is selected. And here is the scrap tab, where you can add the scrap that will be generated from the operation, and you can mention the other charges as well here. Once you do that, you click on save the bill of materials, and that will create the bill of material for you. So these are 3 addition operations that we have to do typically. So yeah, this is how it is done. I'm not saving it for now.